Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back with me here. I'm Raihan Ramadan Abidin, student of the English Education Department from Islamic State University, Sultan Syarif Qasim Riau. So today, I would like to explain to you all and talk about our course, and that is Curriculum, Instruction, and Media. And this course, and our lecturer in this course is Mr. Abdul Hadi, Ph.D. So we will talk about the origin or the definition about curriculum, instruction, and media, and also all of the subject in every meeting from the first meeting till the 8th meeting until the mid-test semester. So let's crack it on. So the first that we need to know is curriculum itself. So what is curriculum? As you can see here, curriculum is what is taught in a given course or subject. And also curriculum refers to an interactive system of instruction and learning with specific goals, contents, strategies, measurements, and resources. So in a simple way, we can understand that curriculum in school or in university is a guideline for us. Why do we say this is a guideline? Because if we don't have a curriculum in the school or in the class or in the university, so how can we teach our students, and also how can students learn with their teacher without any curriculums? So that's why we can call the curriculum itself as the guideline for the teachers and also for the learners. Curriculum also refers to a defined and prescribed course of studies which students must fulfill in order to pass a certain level of education. Yeah, and the main thing is it's a guideline for us. So next, we need to know also what does instruction means. So what is instruction? Instruction? It's not mean just like an order or comment in our daily activities, but this term is the instruction in education or instruction in teaching and learning. So after we have a curriculum and we got a curriculum, we found a curriculum, we need to implement the curriculum with the instructions. So without any instruction, the curriculum will not go, it will not be running. And instruction is also the creation and implementation of purposefully developed plans for guiding the process by which learners gain knowledge and understanding and develop skills, attitudes, and appreciations and values. So after finding the curriculum, we need to implement it by this instruction. So what kind of instruction? Instruction mean also the activities of teaching or giving some tasks, giving some assignments to the students. And all right, next. So what is the purposes? What are the purposes of curriculum and instructions? And everything has the purpose. Everything in this world has their own purposes. So the purpose of curriculum is to enhance student learning or to develop student learning and facilitate instruction. And the purpose of instruction is to tell the reader how to do or make something. So with the curriculum, students can learn and develop themselves. What should they learn and what should they know in the school? And the purpose of instruction is student can imagine and student know what they want to do and what they want to read, what they want to study. So basically, in the simple way, curriculum design is what the learner will learn, while instructional design is how they will learn it. So curriculum design is what will they learn, and instructional is how they will learn it. And that's quite different, and those are the two different things. So we go next to the media, and our course is curriculum, instruction, and media. So what is media? And you can see the definition here. Media can be a component. So media is a component of active learning strategies such as group discussion or case studies. So media here will make us easier to understand the curriculum and to implement the instruction. So without any media in our learning, in our studying, it will make us feel difficult while learning and studying. So it's kind of like a tools for us in our teaching and learning. So for example, the teacher teach his students in the class, and the teacher shows the students some of media such as picture, or maybe they can use a laptop, computer, and so on. Those are the definition of curriculum, instruction, and media. So we go next to the another subject of our course, and that is the theories of learning. How many theories of learning that we need to know as the student of English education? Actually, there are five core theories of learning that we need to know, that we need to understand, and also implement it in our class later. So the first is behaviorism, and then cognitivism, constructivism, and come after that humanism, and the last is connectivism. And I will be explaining to you the definition of them. So behaviorism is a theory learning based on the idea that all behaviors are acquired through conditioning, and conditioning occurs or happens through interaction with the environment. So behaviorism comes from the word behavior. Behavior means manner. So all of this theory is based from our behaviors, from our self. So with the behaviors, with the manners, with our soul, and all of the behaviors also acquired and achieved through the conditions around us. And with behaviorism system or behaviorism approach, we need also to make an interaction with our students in the environment. So the cognitivism is a learning theory that focuses on how information is received and organized, stored, and also kept in our mind. So, and also cognitivism comes from the word cognitive or cognition. It means the students need to be able to control their self and their feeling. They need to feel, they need to know about the feeling of sadness, the happiness, and anxiety, and all of that. And if the students understand about their feelings, it will make them easier to understand their lessons with the teacher. And basically, cognitivism is based on the feelings. So next, constructivism. Constructivism is the theory that says learners construct knowledge rather than just passively take in information. So constructivism calls upon each student to build knowledge through experience, such that knowledge can simply be transferred from the teacher to students. And here we can understand that the teachers order and comment their students to make their own experiences in the environment. So they they don't they just didn't they just they do not just learn in the school to gain some knowledge, but they can also find some experiences to gain and to get some knowledge. So the the teacher here focus on the experience to gain knowledge. And humanisms, the fourth is humanism. Humanism means come from the word human, means ourselves, and humanistic teachers means the teachers that believe in humanism theory, believe that knowledge and feelings go hand in hand in the learning process. So the knowledge and the learning process, the knowledge, I'm sorry, the knowledge and knowledge and the feelings are coming and going together, and it means they go hand in hand in the learning process. They cannot learn just for gaining knowledge without having or without bringing the feelings, or they cannot learn with their feelings without any knowledge. So connective and affective learning are both important to humanistic learning. So they combined between knowledge and feelings also in order to make a good environment in the learning process. And the last is connectivism. What is connectivism? In the connectivism is one of the newest educational learning theories, and it focuses on the idea that people grow when they form connections. This can be connection with each other, connection with the environment, connection with their roles, with the rules, and also the obligation in their life, in their daily activities. Connectivism comes from word connect or connections. So by making a good connection around them, they can also learn from the environment. So yeah, the focus on this theory is by making a good connection with the society or with the people, they can learn a lot and learn better than before. All right, those are the 5 core theories of learning, not just in English education, but all the theories of learning in every course and lesson. And we go next to the another subject, and the next subject is beliefs of an English teacher. Beliefs can also mean values or faith, but here beliefs of an English teacher, and those there are 4 beliefs that the English teacher must have in themselves. The first is beliefs about language. How are the beliefs of an English teacher about language? How are the beliefs about social context of language? How are the beliefs of an English teacher about learning? How are the beliefs of an English teacher about teaching? So we will be explaining to you all here. And the first is beliefs about language. And beliefs mean also mindset, the mindset of an English teacher about language, mindset or values or faith, and the mindset or the beliefs about language of an English teacher, and they need to have a good mindset about language. And students' beliefs and teachers' belief about language learning may have an impact on their performance in class. So, and the beliefs and the mindsets about language can impact their performance in class. If they think that language is easy, they will learn easily. If they think that language is so hard, they will be difficult. It will be difficult for them to learn the language. And for example, also, yeah, you can read it. For example, if a student believes that he doesn't have a very good aptitude means also ability for language learning, he may not take much effort to learn the language. So I don't want to learn this language because this language is so hard for me. And that's the beliefs, and that's beliefs, that mindset will bring him to go away, or to get rid of the target language that he will learn. And teachers believe also importance. Their beliefs influence what they do in the classroom, what they practice in the classroom, their practice, their attitude, and also their students' belief. And the students' belief also affect their motivation. And just think about it. If the teachers cannot influence the classroom, how can the students will learn? That's why teacher need to have a good beliefs about language and good mindset about the language. Next, the beliefs or the mindset about social context of language. Social context recognize that people use language and that language is a part of society. So the usage of language and the language itself is our part is the part of our society. And social context here tries to describe the different ways that different people use language. So social people also look at the relationship and the differentiation between the language and society, and look at language as people use it. And the social context here means what is behind the language, related to the society, related to the people around us. And the next, beliefs about learning. And I take this quotation. There are 3 points here. Beliefs about learning from Washington International School. Actually, there are more than 10 points, but I just took first 3 points, and those are the most important points from all of the 10 points. And the first is, how can we, and before I mention it, how can we build our beliefs? And the answer is in this point. We believe that all humans want to learn. I want to learn, you want to learn, and that learning is an essential, innate, ongoing, and lifelong process. Essential means important or crucial, and lifelong process. Lifelong process means you cannot stop learning until you die. So the second, we believe that learning is a process of making meaning of the world. By learning, you can travel the world, you can understand what is going on here in the world. And the third, we believe that learners are unique and they responsible for their own learning. And responsible here means if you choose to learn this course, or you need to be responsible for yourself to understand it. For example, us, if we want to choose this subject, this course, English education, we need to be responsible for our course, for our subject. That's why we need to be able to speak English. We need to master the language also. All right, and the last, beliefs about teaching. The beliefs about teaching also the crucial thing for all of the teacher in the world. If they don't have these beliefs, this mindset, it will affect their students or the students' motivation to learn. So the first is Motivation. Motivation is one of the keys to successful language learning. Just imagine if the teacher doesn't have motivation, how can he or she motivate their students to learn languages? It is impossible, right? And two, creative teaching strategies can help build students' confidence. So to be a teacher must also to be a teacher is trying to be a creative person. Need to be a teacher need to be a creative person. So if you want to be a teacher, you need to be a creative person. You need to know how to handle each classes. So because not all the classes are the same. You need to be able to handle this class, this and that class. So that's why you need to choose creative teaching strategies. And the third, task should be challenging yet achievable for students. And when you give some task or assignment to your students, you need to make it challenging for them, but also achievable. It means it's not too hard and also not too easy for them to do the assignments. So the fourth, positive environment gives students more opportunities to learn. Yeah, and many of us see the phenomenon that the bullying still happens in our society, and it means the bullying will make a negative environment, a negative vibes. So the students cannot be they are not be cannot be able to learn. And the fifth, constant reflection and evaluation can help maintain high teaching standards. The teacher also need to reflect themselves, need to evaluate themselves. How was my performance in front of my students last week or last day? They need to ask this question to themselves. All right, next. Those are the teacher's belief in language and in language teaching and learning. So, and the review and the reflection and this discussion that I got from the lecture, from friends, and also from all of the websites that I read, teachers' belief are related to some factors that interact with each other in the process of teaching and learning. Teachers bring beliefs acquired from many years of learning experiences to a teacher education that impacts what and how they learn to teach. Next, teachers' beliefs affect what they say and do in classroom, which form their beliefs. And those all of the sentences are just my conclusions. So you can read this and write it down on your notebook. And teacher belief impact the behavior, the manner, and the mindset, and guide the students to have a good decision or how to make a good decision, how to solve problems, how to make a good interaction with another person. All right, and in the end, it can be concluded that teachers' belief will have a great effect on forming active teaching methods and will bring about a considerable amount of advance in learners' language capabilities. All right, we go next. We go to the next slide. Transitions in teaching and e-learning. Because we are living in this era and experience how to live and handle ourselves in COVID-19 since 2019 till now 2022. We are still learning with an online media. So there are key questions that we need to answer and to understand related to the transition in teaching and learning and their impact of curriculums, instruction, and media. So how are learning theories and teaching practices changing with e-learning? E-learning means electronic learning, just like what we have done nowadays. And the second question, how does a socially constructed learning environment change the teaching and learning process? The third, how are the new learning designs impacting the teaching and learning processes for all children, rich and also the poor one? All right, and the answer will be available in the next slide. And here you are. So to answer all of those three questions, we need to know the aspects and factors of transitions in teaching and e-learning. And we go to the first aspect is emotion and cognition. Emotion and cognition. The transition means the changing. And how can the teaching and learning changing era by era, time by time? The first is because of the emotion and the cognition that happens or that occurs in our society. Cognition means all of some things that relate to our feelings and how we feel about sadness, happiness, and all of that. So next, the 21st century context of learning theories. And 21st century, we live in 21st century and we experience how to do online learning, how do we deal with this theory, with this method, with this approach. We learn online with our lecture using Zoom and Google Meet and so on, and Google Classroom also. Next, situated cognition theory. And come after that, disruptive learning designed. I'm sorry, I'm mistyping here. Designed. And gameplay. And most of the teacher in this era use this method. They ask and order their students to play some games, but not games for playing, just for playing, but also education, but it means the game with a good educational game. So while playing, they can also studying without feeling they were studying. So they just play the game, and for example, play the game in the smartphone or the tablet. While playing the game, they can also acquire and understand some words, some sentences, or maybe paragraphs and storytelling. Next, mobile apps, applications. And most of the students nowadays learn using applications. They can also listening to the podcast or reading ebook, not printed book anymore, but reading some ebooks. And they can also download some application from the Google Play Store, such as BBC Learning English, and or maybe they can use the application which make them can call people around the world, such as Ome TV or another. Yeah, and in the end, they use application to learn, educational application. BYOT, bring your own technology. And this method also made a new transition in teaching and e-learning, because the students and the teacher or the lecturer order their students to use their phone, their tablet while learning. And also, and the main focus in this or in all these aspects and factors is technology. And all of these aspects and factors related to the technology and social culture. MOOCs, massive open online course. Some of the students follow online course in social media, not and not a course with the teacher or lecturer going to the home of teacher, going to the lecturer's home, but they can do online course, learning online with their tutor in the website or in the social media. And what they do, what do they do is adapting, adopting, and scaling. And next, flipped classroom. And flipped classroom is a unique method also, just like what we have done here with Mr. Abdul Hadi. They give us some videos, the lecturer or the teacher make a video and order or comment and ask their students to watch the video at their home. And then at the next week, they go to the classroom together to make a discussion and to talk about the project or the discussion or the result of the last title of the last learning. And the next, software creation and data mining. And it's also a rare method because only MIT and Harvard University use this, and maybe there are also another university, but I read that MIT and Harvard University use this aspect and factors. And last is educational media and textbooks of the 21st century. We know that in this era, most of people still love to read a printed book or textbook, but also because of the presence of e-book, some of them leave printed book and try to read e-book using their phone and tablet or computer. Yeah, those are aspects and factors of transitions in teaching and e-learning. So we go next to the next slide, the curriculum and the curriculum development, and what should we understand about this. We need to know first the definition of curriculum, the origin of curriculum development, and what is curriculum development, why do we need to develop the curriculum, and the third is what is the product of curriculum development. And I think we don't need to answer the first question anymore because we have talked it before at the first slide, and we go next to the second question. And curriculum development is the multi-process of creating and improving a course taught at school or university. So multi-process of creating and improving a course. And why? The question is why do we need to develop the curriculum? Because the curriculum development takes care of the big picture strategy required to successfully teach a course. And curriculum development also allows teachers to take a thoughtful and methodical approach to determine what students will be required to learn. And in a simple way, why do we need to develop our curriculum? Because we make it suitable for our era, for our students, for our teacher. We cannot use the curriculum that was available in 1980 or 1990. That's why if we live nowadays, if we live today, we need to use the curriculum that was available nowadays. And why do we need to develop the curriculum? Because we cannot use the last curriculum every day, the last curriculum forever, because we do realize that the curriculum or the situation, the condition of this world are changing. That's why we need to make it suitable for our students. And the steps of curriculum development. And if we want to develop our curriculum, or even if we want to make a new curriculum, or at least to develop it first, we need to know first how to analyze it. We need to make an analysis, and after that, how to design the curriculum. After analyzing the last curriculum, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages in the last curriculum? We found our analysis, and then we make our own design. And after that, the third, selecting what is good for us, what is not good for our students, what is good for our teacher, what is bad for our teacher, what is not bad for our students, and so on. And then formation. The formation means what will be at the first, third, fourth, and so on. And the last step is to review. Yeah. After finishing our 4 steps at the first, and the last that we need to do is to review what we have done in this new curriculum. Alright, now there are 3 models of curriculum development. The first is subject-centered. The second is problem-centered. The third is learned-centered. What does subject-centered mean? And it means this model emphasizes the specific skills and knowledge associated with a subject area. So the students only focus on the specific skills and knowledge of the students related to the subject area. And the problem-centered. From the name of this model, we can understand that the teachers ask their students to find a problem, to know the problem, and then find a solution of that problem. And with this method or with this approach, the teacher offer the students to provide themselves to know what will be happen in the real world. So that's why they need to master real world skills. And learners also are taught how to look at the problem and come to a solution. And last, learn center. Learner center here design emphasizes the needs and goals. So the focus of learn center is to the needs and the goals of each learner as an individual. So it focused on the visual of the students themselves. What do they want in their life? What do they need in their life? What are their goals in their life? That's the focus on that's the focus in this models learn center. All right, those are our course and subject today, and I think I have explained to you all the matters and subject from the first meeting till the 8th meeting, and I have combined it in this one video, so you can learn it. You can learn from my video, and if you still don't understand, or if there are some disadvantages, you can find on the Google, on the website, or maybe read some books. And I think enough from my explanation, and I do realize that I've made a mistake in this explanation, and hope you apologize me if you found a mistake here, and I hope you enjoy with this video. And this video is my assignment or my task to fulfill the mid-test semester with Mr. Abdul Hadi. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time in the next video. And the last, I say to you all, أقول قولي هذا فاستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إن الله غفور رحيم. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next time.